Welcome to the RJI Futures Lab, where we help you make your organization more innovative. I'm Ruben Stern. This week, speeding up political fact-checking and managing partnerships with other newsrooms. What if claims by politicians could be easily verified right in the moment? The Futures Lab's Berkeley Lovelace spoke with leaders at PolitiFact to find out how that might happen.
PolitiFact fact-checking takes about a day to a day and a half. In the future, that could be cut in half, but what will it take? First and foremost, technology will have to speed up decision-making.
What we're trying to do is to make the process as quick as possible, because everything we know, everything we read, everything we see suggests that people want to know the information as soon as the claim was made.
That can mean something that acts like Siri on the iPhone.
Again, you're asking a question, you're getting an answer. It's basically triggering your question to a Google search. What we're trying to do is take a statement and then produce the conclusions of facts.
The problem, though, is that fact-checking technology will never be instantaneous because computers can't fully recognize human speech.
The computer will listen for nouns and verbs and try to put them together, but everyone speaks differently.
The value of better automation is that fact-checking could expand beyond the web.
We're interested in some of the new applications for television. So let's say someone could be watching a debate, they could hear a statement that PolitiFact is fact-checked, and they would have an app on their TV that would show the fact check.
No matter how good computer automation gets, humans are still going to have to get involved.
You need humans to select what are the most important and critical fact checks.
Schrockman says fact-checking technology still has a long way to go as journalists are figuring out how it works, where it works, and what it looks like. For the Futures Lab, this is Berkeley Lovelace.
Already helping PolitiFact to respond quickly are video monitoring services that provide continued access to TV footage within minutes of it airing. That enables the PolitiFact team to post as many as 5 fact checks every night. Nonprofit newsrooms like ProPublica and the Marshall Project have partnered with news outlets across the country to get quality journalism out to a wide audience. The arrangements also help the news organizations supplement their coverage. The Futures Lab's Katie Mersman explains how these partnerships work.
These partnerships help bring news organizations that have some special expertise together with smaller outlets that have an engaging story, or larger organizations with more resources.
A lot of the time we will be approached by somebody who's interested. They have a thread maybe in their city or state, and they'd like us to contextualize it nationally and partner in a way that we provide resources for national reporting. Sometimes we will often approach other people, which often goes really well because they know that we're producing high quality content, and so they're often happy to take high quality content for free.
Both the Marshall Project and ProPublica have a very different DNA in that we think partnerships first when we come to doing the stories.
As part of the partnerships, sometimes larger institutions pay part of the salary for the Marshall Project's freelancers, or provide more expensive content like photos and graphics. Being nonprofit can make the Marshall Project and ProPublica especially well suited for partnerships financially.
We don't run advertising, and so we don't have the same need for page views to necessarily be on our site versus our partner's site, which is to say that if we get 10,000 page views on our site and our partner gets 10,000 page views on their site, we report that as 20,000 page views, which is very different from a traditional for-profit website, which would generally want all that traffic on their own site.
And sometimes partner organizations simply republish the Marshall Project stories wholesale, and those page views count for the Marshall Project too.
If it gets 150,000 views on Vice and 5,000 views on our site, that means it was a very successful partnership.
When it comes to actually producing the content, Dance says every partnership works differently, but communication is key. The way it works early on, everyone involved at the Marshall Project gets in contact with their counterpart at the partner organization. From art directors discussing photography and illustration plans to communications directors looking at strategy, the partners are clear on goals up front. At ProPublica, Miller says it's also important to plan the reporting early, especially when the partner organization is not a web-only outlet.
The main effort is in sort of adjusting to whatever the other medium is. What are we going to ask this guy? How are we going to ask him? We have to get some of this on for TV. So there are, sort of confrontational questions that work very well on TV, don't really work on print, for instance. Like you can't really convey a surprise document presentation to somebody in print in any kind of effective way. It's very effective on television to do that.
At the Marshall Project, editors expect that pieces will appear differently on their site compared to their partner's presentation.
We also want the freedom for it to appear on our site however we'd like. And we have what I think is a very beautiful, well-developed site, and so we can often do things that some larger institutions can't. Their content managements can and can't do different things, so we don't draw any lines that things have to look the exact same.
However, with partnered art direction, the pieces generally look similar on both sites. For the Futures Lab, this is Katie Mersman.
The Marshall Project worked together recently with ProPublica to produce a 12,000-word piece called An Unbelievable Story of Rape. It's now being adapted into an episode of This American Life. You'll find a link to the story along with this video. And that's it for this report from the RJI Futures Lab. I'm Ruben Stern. We'll see you in the future.